What's going on, kids? Pastor Jacob here with another midweek video. We have a dreamy lesson today that involves King Nebuchadnezzar. If you remember from our lesson last time, King Nebuchadnezzar threw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into the fire. But when he saw that they weren't being hurt by the fire, he declared everyone should praise God. We saw God changing King Nebuchadnezzar by showing him that even though the king thought, he was the king, God was the one that's really in charge. But King Nebuchadnezzar still had a lot to learn. And our story today is about the next lesson God had for King Nebuchadnezzar. Let's get into our video.
Hi friends, it's me, Megan, and I'm Jessie. Megan, listen to the dream I had last night. Okay. I dreamed that I was swimming, but it wasn't water I was swimming in. It was a huge bowl of gravy.
Wow, Jessie, that's a strange dream.
Yeah, I woke up hungry for some cheesy blueberry mashed potatoes with gravy.
Okay, well guess what? In today's Bible story, King Nebuchadnezzar had a strange dream too.
King Nebuchadnezzar? What kind of name is that for a king? Did he invent cheddar cheese? Do I have him to thank for the cheese in my cheesy blueberry mashed potatoes? I love them.
No, King Nebuchadnezzar.
King Nebuchadnezzar.
Closer, but no. King Nebuchadnezzar. You know what? I've got an idea. Why don't you keep practicing while we listen to the Bible story?
Okay.
Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, shared a message about the wonderful things God had done for him. One night, the king had a scary dream. He asked the wise men in his kingdom to tell him what the dream meant, but the wise men did not know. So the king told Daniel about his dream. I saw a big, strong tree. Its top was in the sky, and everyone could see it. The tree had beautiful leaves and fruit, and animals lived in and around the tree. An angel came down from heaven and said, "Cut down the tree." Only the stump and roots would be left. Then the angel said something strange. The tree's mind would change from a human's mind into an animal's mind. He said this would happen so that people would know God is ruler over everyone, even kings. The dream made Daniel feel afraid too, and he told the king what it meant. "The tree is you. You are great and strong," Daniel said. Like the tree was cut down, you will go away from people. You will live with wild animals and eat grass. Like the stump was left in your ground, your kingdom will not be completely destroyed. It will be given back to you when you learn that God rules over everything. 1 year later, the king's dream came true. He walked on the roof of his palace and said, "My kingdom is great. I am powerful and wonderful." Suddenly, the king heard a voice from heaven. "King Nebuchadnezzar, you will go away from people. You will live with wild animals and eat grass until you learn that God rules over everything." Nebuchadnezzar went away from people. He ate grass like a cow. His hair grew long like eagle's feathers, and his nails grew sharp like birds' claws. After some time, the king looked up to the sky and praised God. He had learned that God rules over everything. His kingdom was given back to him, and the king worshipped God. Pride is thinking you are great. God showed the king that only God is truly great. Jesus is the King of Kings who came to earth and died on the cross. Jesus saves sinners so we can show others that He is greatest of all.
Well, that was interesting. I don't know about any of you, but I've never had a dream quite like that one. Do you remember what God was trying to teach King Nebuchadnezzar? Yeah, God was trying to teach him not to be prideful. Do you know what pride is? Pride is basically thinking that you're all that in a bag of chips. You believe you're the greatest, and you tend to think only about yourself. Now, there's a problem with pride, and we saw that problem in our video. When we are prideful, we can start to think that we're even better than God. But no one is better than God. And God had to make King Nebuchadnezzar humble. Do you know what humble means? Humble is the opposite of pride. With pride, we tend to only think of ourselves. But being humble means that we think of others more than we think of ourselves. Now, listen real carefully. Being humble does not mean that you think badly about yourself. A great way to help you remember what it is about being humble is that it's not thinking less of yourself, but it's thinking of yourself less. Meaning you're thinking of others more. Now, I know that may be a little confusing, and it may help to write that down and talk it over with someone, with a parent or someone older to help you understand it. God wanted to help us learn from our lesson today that we need to be thinking more of Him and more of others than we think about ourselves. Do you ever have times when you think more of yourself and talk about more what you want? Yeah, we all do. It happens to all of us. And you know what? It's okay to know what you want and to tell someone if you want or need something, but we don't need to do that all the time. We need to focus on God's wants rather than ours and be thinking about God. John 3:30 tells us, He must increase, but I must decrease. Ask yourself right now, are you thinking more of yourself, thinking more about you and about your wants? Or are you thinking more about others and more about God? If you're thinking more about God and others, then great. Keep it up. That's awesome. But maybe you're thinking more about yourself right now. Maybe we need to turn our attention to God and ask God, God, what is it that you want me to do? Who do you want me to show love and kindness to today? A great way to help us turn our attention back to God and to other people is to just take some time and just serve someone. Maybe it's you know that your parents could use some extra help around the house, cleaning or whatever it is. Or maybe you know that you have a bunch of toys that you don't play with anymore, and it's time to give those toys to kids who need some more toys. There's so many things that you can do to serve others around you. So after this video, I want you to take a few minutes and think of some ways that you can turn your attention from you and put it on other people and on God. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I pray that God gives you great ideas on how to serve and love the people around you. See you all soon. Bye.